Hello there, so glad to see you once again. Welcome back to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. This is The Public Opinion and my name is Marshall Mudo. Do you still feel like the youths and the general public can still be mobilized to indulge in election violence?
Yeah, that is a big topic, and it's a big. We can start a debate on that, because in Kenya population, the chunk of the majority, the dominant guys in the population is the youth. So they have a role to play in day running of maybe the political activity or social activity, anything that is economically benefit to the nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what can be done to the youth? What sensitization needs to be done either by the politician or anybody else so that we can reduce or we can at least end this topic of election violence?
You know, this thing is just, everybody need to play a role because what people don't know that this youth, they need to be nurtured. They're still new in Jerusalem. They don't know how the politics for the big boys is not theirs. So we need to engage them early, at an early age. We tell them the reason why they should engage, because engaging in politics, that's why sometimes days back it used to be called politics is a dirty game. We need to tell them the reason why it's called dirty. And in the University of Nairobi, it's being called political science, but it doesn't fall under sciences. It falls faculty of art. Art means creativity. How do you create? But it's not pure science. Yes. So that's why nasema hivi, there is just a way the government should, even if it's a syllabus that should be introduced into school, so that they learn it from the school as they come back to the society, so that they know the cons and the whatever, to make it more interesting. Because we the politicians, me I'm a politician by the way, I'm also going to vie as a member of Parliament Daughtry South. This is the second time. Sometimes we take advantage of the youth because of the handouts. Yes, because they know the only thing, politics is just about voting. Somebody give you money and you go vote. It doesn't know that voting for a politician is you're going to make a policy. Who have good policy that can change your life? It's just not about giving you money and you go vote. Yes.
What I think as a Kenyan, the incident at Likuyani gave us one lesson as a country. Supporters need to be advised not to be violent. In fact, politicians have a responsibility to really ensure that their supporters are not very violent and they are well guided and they are well informed. Because what transpired in Likuyani, those irate mob or youths were poisoned in the mind. So whenever the politicians are going around the country campaigning, they should also advise their supporters to be peaceful and also So the idea is we need to really advise our politicians to pass a very strong message to their supporters to desist from violent activities and also to be very peaceful, because everything that transpired in Likuyani was pre-planned, was pre-arranged, was premeditated and such kind of stuff. So it is the responsibility of politicians to make sure that they have some kind of message that can make their supporters to be really peaceful.
The reality perspective of the event which happens is that we are going to the wrong direction as a country and as a society and as a jurisdiction also, because we are not supposed to be there. It's a democratic country that it is not supposed to be behaving like primitive people. Now we have surpassed that, so that what I'm seeing is that there is a kind of a politics which have now begun, the hooliganism kind of politics which is being introduced in our society and our people and is being spearheaded to the youth, which is not helping our people. And what I'm saying and what I will always urge our people to do is to now go out of that kind of assertion kind of politics. That is what I can say about.
Okay. Kwangu kusema kweli hiyo vijana walifanya sio mzuri, lakini hiyo mambo yote nashukuru sahi mahali imefika, uchunguzi unaendelea na kulingana na Matiang'i anasema hiyo ni kitu ilikuwa imepangiwa. So maybe I don't know whether it was stage managed by the people of ODM wakitafuta sympathy ama upande mwingine, lakini wacha sheria ifuate mkondo. Tapili, let us be guided by rule of law. Kwanza na condemn hiyo kitendo, si mzuri. Sasa hii mahali tumefika, democracy imekuwa, so let's listen each others, tolerate each others. Kama utaki mkutano wa mtu, enda sikiza, ondokea hivyo. Lakini ya mtu Wakikuyu, kama mimi Mkikuyu, tunasema ya mbaya, kesi ya mbaya ikesiwe kama ya mbaya, lakini ya mzuri ikesiwe kama ya mzuri. Tumeona ya kwamba my president candidate Jimmy Wanjege akienda huko akachapwa na mawe, haikuongelezewa. The deputy president Ruto alienda huko Kogero, Jakarada, akachapwa, haikuongelezewa. The president ametokea akasema ati kama Raila angeguzwa ati Kenya ingewaka moto. Ndio sasa nikauliza, who is he in Kenya? Okay, wale wengine si watu. So hapo nikaput question, nikasema kube kuna watu na viatu, which is not good.
So caucus forming out of Azimio la Umoja, that is mwanzo mpya. Are they justified, and what should Raila do to keep his house in order?
I think there are some cracks that have emerged in this Azimio la Umoja coalition party, to be honest, because the smaller parties, they are saying that they are given a raw deal. Jubilee Party and ODM Party and Wiper has taken the better chunk of this kind of coalition because they are not seeing any take for them. So Charity Ngilu, Kivutha and also Mutua, they are saying they want a four-legged stool, meaning apart from the three kind of setup that they had for Jubilee, ODM and Wiper, they also must be given something to really talk about. So they are right to form this kind of outfit to really bargain for their rightful share within this coalition.
This politics is that's why the reason I told you it's not pure science, but it's called it's art. And in politics there is too much jealousy, because everybody have interest. If you see your interest is not being served, you raise the alarm so that your interest being served. Because I understand the reason why the likes of Mutula and Mutua and Kivutha Kibwana, they're the people who started this thing earlier. They're the people who started this thing earlier. So the entrance of the Kalonzo has already complicated things for them. So nowadays they are not engaged into making policies of the Azimio thing, and they're the one who make pressure, who are contributing, who make the Azimio to be where it is. The likes of Kivutha Kibwana, Charity Ngilu, and the new guy on the block, Mathakarua. They're the people who laid the foundation for this thing. Now decision is being made by Raila Odinga, but Mutua confirmed that Raila, he had a chat with Raila yesterday, and Raila told them they are going to have a discussion probably this week, so that they see what is the problem. Because there is perception of this, they believe that the likes of Mutua and Ngilu are being sidelined. Yeah, because all these guys, they had a presidential ambition, like Mutua and Kivutha Kibwana. So they also share the ambition so that they cater for, they accommodate the Raila ambition. So they don't see things going accordingly the way they expected. But leave that aside. Kenya is bigger than everyone there. These are the principles. Raila need to sit with these people down, listen to their say. If something that they can discuss about it is well and good. The likes of Mutua, they are also honest and genuine that they just need to be engaged on the running of of the Azimio things, because they have seen many people have come from somewhere, the brokers who want to hijack their initiative. Because honestly, before that, Kalonzo was was not giving clear indications, but the likes of Mutua, Kivutha Kibwana, Charity Ngilu stood with Azimio ambition to the Cumberland. And also that factor also swayed Kalonzo to join the Azimio thing. So they're not people to be washed away. So we need to engage them. Raila need to, because I'm very sure Raila is a wise man, is a political father. He listens a lot. He guy with wisdom. He will engage these people. They will talk. They will hear their views. But I know whatever is affecting them nowadays, most of these parties that have formed the Azimio, this nomination, we don't know whether they are going for a joint nomination or individual parties. So they need to be engaged so that how do we go about it? Do we do joint nomination or do we give direct, because other parties are giving direct certificate? So that's why the likes of Mutua, they need a discussion on how things are running. Yeah, because they are stakeholders in this arena.
You know, what we are seeing is that the people don't understand the basic projection of the modern politics. That is how I call it the state way of profuse in politics. You know, the politics of the day, the state, how the state works, they works with the timing. And that's why the people don't understand. What you're seeing today was planned yesterday. So the chaotic part of the politics and all the divisive part of the politics in cognition of what the state is doing today must not, I can repeat that, must not spearhead another directive kind of a perspective that people will believe that what the state is doing today is the reality part of what is going on today. What I mean is this: the state can arrange to do anything that people want to see to make other people jolly. But as time goes by, people will come to realize that all what is being seen today is well planned and arranged by the state. There is no confusion in Azimio. There is nothing wrong in Azimio. What you are witnessing today is what I can say is the comedy that the state wants the people to see, to hide the big agenda behind the curtains, which will come and will be seen on 9th. That's my uptake.
We have to respect others' opinion. Na vile wanaongea, ukiona moshi, ujue kuna moto. Hiyo ni nyumba yao Azimio, na yangu ni upande huu wa Hustler Nation. Sitaki kuongelezea mambo yao sana, lakini politics is all about interest. Wewe Raila, hii nyumba yako usipoipanga vile unakuanga na ile mambo yako ya kifua, sijui utaweza enda ukambani bila nani, utaona moto. Ile ulifanya ya Ruto, unasema unaenda Rift Valley bila Ruto, tukakunyoa. Saa hii msipojipanga, sisi upande wa UDA tumesema tutamnyoa, tubahatishi na hatupangwingwi. Nyinyi enda mkorogane huko, mjipange juu. Msipojipanga, sisi tutampanga na tutajipanga na hakuna na hatupangwingwi. So mimi niko upande huu wa mzio huyu. Sasa tunamwobserve kelele zenu. Sasa tumetulia, as for now, as you can see, tumetulia. Tunataka kupanga mambo ya nomination venye itakuwa free and fair, na ndio tumetulia. Ingawa kwa ground tuko na tunataka kujua, saa hii ukiangalia tunataka kujua budget ya BBI venye mlitumia, hii mambo ya vita mnataka kuonyesha the topic of today, juu BBI ilianguka, ili mambo ya BBI siongelewe. So sisi tumetulia, tunauliza hii mambo, tunajua yote venye Kenya inaendelea. So hii kelele yenu muangalie vizuri. Hao Ngiro wanasema hivyo. Ngiro mimi na mrespect as a icon, mtu ambaye amekuwa kwa siasa kitambo. Ukiona mahali wanaongea, maybe usipoangalia sana, na ukumbuke we are looking at you, because the vote of Kamba you vote in block, but for now usipochunga, sasa sisi tuko na tutachukua hiyo kiti.
Then to Kenya Kwanza, UDA is doing their nomination and they want to do them with the IBC voter registry instead of using their party members. Is this fair?
Okay, there is a lot of complaints from the aspirants because they say using the party kind of register could have been fair, but we realize that not every party managed to register their members, so they have resorted to the Chebukati register, that is the IBC register, to be fair to everyone, because there were complaints that some aspirants really colluded to have the names of maybe their supporters in the register and some were excluded, and even Jubilee Party accused UDA that they really poached some of the details of maybe their supporters. So it is only fair, according to me, for them to really revert to the IBC register, because that's the only fairest register, if at all there could be any compromise in the party register.
But is it fair when they are using the IBC register and other parties like ODM are using their party register?
Okay, according to the ruling from the court, I think they were allowed to now use whatever register they want to use. But if other parties have been insisting the party register, it will be unfair, because that means even other supporters from other parties which are not UDA members can infiltrate the nomination process and also compromise their process, and that's why we say it will be disadvantageous to some of the aspirants.
Kulingana na vile nimekuwa kwa list za mambo ya siasa, mambo ya nomination, maybe that is the only the way, because wale watu watakuvote ni wale wako pale kwa IBC na ni wale watu wako pale ground. So why don't you use that method for now? Ili ukianguka, if the election will be free and fair, ili ukianguka hakuna kulalamika sana. Na kama huna nguvu, kama huna nguvu, kuna chama nyingi unaweza jiunga nazo mpaka ufike kwa debe. So ilo Ruto anafanya, anajaribu kutafuta free and fair, na ule mtu anakuwa pale kwa ground achaguliwe na wale watu juu watakuwa katika, hata ukitoroka itakuwa pale kwa debe. So mimi kwangu naona anafanya njia mzuri juu hiyo anajaribu kuangalia free and fair election. So kwangu mimi naona hiyo ndio mzuri na ndio njia mzuri. Na ukiwa hapo uvumilie juu wewe huku lazimizwa kuingia hapo, ulienda mwenyewe na unajua nomination venye zinakuanga. So prepare yourself, you mobilize your people, you go and being chosen or not chosen, you know that is the way now. That is the day to day daily. Hiyo itakuwa kama kawa. So mimi kwangu naona wamefanya mzuri. That is only the way.
Now from Azimio to Kenya Kwanza. We've had Kenya Kwanza saying they are going to do their nomination with the IEBC voter registry and not with their party registry. Do you think this is fair?
You know, I'm not a sympathizer UDA, but sometimes say UDA is like Pilipili Hoho. Pilipili Hoho is big and he has the name Pilipili, but si Kali. You know, these people hype to us that they have numbers, they are the majority people. And I mean, they have registered many people, maybe like, they were saying like, they're above 4 million members of UDA. That is enough for them to conduct, nomination for their own members. Why is it now they are saying, because they don't have members, they want to do is universal, nomination, like they want to use IBC register. Yes, IBC register, then that's mean even me, I will go for vote for Nini if they're using IBC register. I will also go to vote in a Jubilee nomination, but I'm not a Jubilee member. So these people should not threaten people with saying, giving people false hope that they have big numbers. They're big for nothing anyway. But we understand that because they're new in Jerusalem, is now they're understanding the game, pole pole. But their nomination, wish them all the best, but it's going to be chaotic because of the interest.
I think, to me, as much as I'm concerned, if UDA has a party have decided to do that, it is under the democratic right. But to me, what I'm saying, when we come to the general perspective of what is happening today, I can tell you for sure that even Ruto knows that is not the enemy of the state. Ruto knows that he has been arranged to do what he's doing today. And that's why I always tell the people, is that Ruto knows where he's supposed to be. You see, and that's why I always remind the people when Jesus was with Barnabas, and you see where the votes went. Jesus had a lot of people behind him, but when the people were told to choose between Jesus and Barnabas, the same followers of Jesus choose Barnabas. They never choose their master, who is Jesus. That is politics. And that's what people need to understand one thing, that when it comes to the politics, the Caesar politics, it is the penny which controls the Caesar. And that's why we are saying, yesterday, Raila Odinga was an enemy of the state. Today is a friend of the state. Ruto is outside. And that's why we are saying, Ruto is only wasting the time of this youth and the society, because he needs to balance the equation. But the reality is, for sure, I know that Ruto knows that the next president of this republic is Raila Odinga. He's just balancing the question so that the people cannot understand the language of the state. That is what I believe on what is continuing in our society.
Finally, once again, education has been allocated the hugest chunk of our national budget, around 540 billion. Do you see where this money goes to in actual sense, or do you just hear it in Bunge? Then later on, we still have the same problem in our education sector.
Yeah, Me really believe in our government institution. Most of the institution that Uhuru is now the president. The president is really working hard. Ile tu watu wengine watambue the president, but I know the president is really working hard. And presidency is a package whereby he has people to advise them. Most of the expertise, the technocrat. The reason why the government has allocated over 500 billion, for the Ministry of Education, most of us, we do a lot of the investment nowadays. The parents, just general society, they take their children to school so that hizo jinga ndogo ndogo tutoe, kama hii ya Jubilee kudanganya watu wako na watu, but ukiangalia sensa hawana watu. Ujinga kama hizo unatoanga, yes, ujinga kama hizo tunatoa shule. That's why we need, because Uhuru presidency has done a lot to make sure education imekuwa free for the for the free students, or pupil or whatever. So the reason why it is free, and you need a lot for you to, it means like those kind of the policy. You need to pay the teachers, you need to buy the textbook, you need to employ the the facilitation for this free education is need to be. That's, even to me, I feel like the budget was fair to them, because there is a lot that is involved. Nowadays we don't, the election, the result for the KCP and the KCC, squeezy aikai, because for it to happen that way, there is a lot the government has done so that to make it that easy. Then for it to work that easy, the money has to change hand in terms of maybe the paying salaries or the logistic. So that's why Uhuru want his legacy, so that we have educated nation.
So mimi kwangu nimekuwa hii Kenya, nimeangalia, ni observe ile shida iko na Kenyans ni balloon. Pesa mingi inawekwa kwa ministry fulani, lakini kuimplement hiyo ndio shida. Kwa kuimplement inakuanga shida kabisa. So why? Because hapa kuna watu wanatafutiwa pesa. Hapa kuna watu wanafanya hivyo ili angalau wapate pesa yao ya kukula. So corruption ndio inaendelea. Juu ukiangalia masinani zile pesa zinatengwa, si zenyewe sinafika kule. Asifiki, hata hakuna mtu mwananchi anasifeel. Unakuta it is a man each other society. Headmaster anakuambia hapa, unaona magoha, wewe leta ile tumeagree. Headmaster mwenyewe anakuambia kama tuliagree muwe mnalipa hii, wacha kuniambia sijui magoha alisema, wacha kuniambia ati pesa ilitumwa. So it is a man each other society. So mambo mtafanya hizo government policy, mtaweka pesa nyingi, lakini kuimplement inakuanga shida. Ili uachieve inakuanga shida. Kwa sababu ya nini? Corruption. Kwa sababu ya nini? Mindset. Kwa sababu ya nini? Sisi sote mtu anauliza, when I will get a chance, like this is my chances, this is my time to eat. So eating other societies. So Magoha and Uhuru and your peers, Minister of Budget, hii yote tunaona, mimi kwangu nasema hii ni kipindi. Wakenya wanasemanga hizo zote ni vipindi. So vituko na sarakasi.
So what I can say is that the CBC system, as much as I'm concerned, which was introduced, I think it is helpful, because I think the education part of view is whereby this nation have been going wrong, because we've been teaching our people on how to just be menders, but we need to train our societies on how to produce. So the CBC kind of a system in terms of education, kind of the logic part of education, to me, I see it's a one step going ahead, and that's why I will today, with the virtues of the truth, I will just say that I'm supporting what Mago is doing in terms of now education, our education structure, and I will hail him for that.
Personally, I'm passionate about education, and the allocation for the ministry is really justifiable, and I support it, because in this country we do have maybe agriculture and also education and defense taking the better chunk of every budget allocation. But this time round, with the increment for the Ministry of Education, we shall see an improvement in the education sector, maybe in the financing of the projects, maybe under the institutions, and also improving the education situation in this country. So I do highly support this allocation, and we think the education sector needs to be really supported in a big way, because that's the only way we can improve as a country. Because if we have very many educated people within the Republic, we can now really specialize and do very many things. So I do support the allocation, and that's the best budget, according to me, that has been read in the recent history of the budgeting process in this country.
Good evening to you, dear viewers. Where are you joining us from? From us here, it's a pleasure seeing you back again. This is The Public Opinion, and my name is Marshall Mudo.